action. Now it's Locke. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by James Bradbury. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
Wow, just one snap in, partner, and the complexion of this game has already changed because for the defensive side, they just handed their offense a short field and a big early advantage. And even though it's only the first snap of the game, we're going to look back on this one and see if it has lasting effects as this game moves on.
More than ready to get this one started. And we are underway from FedEx Field. Kadarius Toney going to elect to bring this one out. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Here to begin the drive. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Two things to watch. First, his strength and being able to break out that initial contact. But at his size, once you slow his momentum, it's hard for him to get it started again and end up tackling him behind the line of scrimmage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's a quick throw caught out wide. Takes this up just short of the 30, but he was able to avoid that earlier tackle. Nice move. If you're these receivers, you got to be ready because when he's going to throw it quick on that RPO, he's going to throw it quick.
And this is why you spend time with your guy either in the offseason, during the week, the whole bundle. Because sometimes just telepathy. You both see the same thing, and he knows get the ball to him right away.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Stroud. He finds his man, complete. It's Gibbs. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And it'll be 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Stroud now on 4th down. And he's got his man on the out route. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down.
Mission accomplished on that throw. Slant, pick up the 1st down. I like how I just put it on the receiver and didn't lead him on that one.
Happened quickly. Defense, not much they could do. Edwards now on 1st and 10. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown. Gus Edwards, 64 yards. And the NFC has taken the early lead.
Bottom line, when you play a runner with these talents, you've got to be able to wrap up and get him on the ground. Or the first person who gets there, hold him up long enough for the next wave to get there and get him down. Otherwise, he will continue downfield and find pay dirt.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. His kick is good, and the NFC goes up 7-0. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. Taken from about the 12. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. They fake the handoff, now Locke. Steps away. Here's a diving catch right side. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll make it 2nd down.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You circle
the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. That's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 22. Now a first carry for the brother of Dalvin. It's James Cook. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Without a top-flight quarterback, the way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Set to go now on a beautiful sunny afternoon. And off we go from Cleveland. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. They'll start here with Jackson. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll run the option on third and short yardage. And Stroud wisely slides down safely after picking up the first down. Now a play fake here on first down. Higgins, what a catch. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
Boy, that completion comes with a high degree of difficulty, especially on the catch. Had to look that one in one-handed, able to do so, and ends up picking up a first down as well.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
And they'll go play action here with Stroud. He'll buy some time right. They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. It's the Pro Bowl cornerback, Richard Sherman.
Partner, have you ever heard the story of Icarus in mythology? That's the guy who flew too close to the sun and had his wings melted. That was our guy right there. Keeps pressing it and pressing it. Finally, on that throw, he paid the price with that turnover.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Now a play fake, and here's Locke. Forced out to his left. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
It is certainly becoming rarer by the year to see your franchise guy take a hit like that. The defender couldn't believe he had a shot to light him up. So when you take off and run, you have to make sure you can slide, get out of bounds, anything. Just don't leave yourself open to hits like that.
Second and 12. Now a give running right. It's Cook. He'll take this up just shy of the 40. Excellent display of footwork on that run.
You've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
Here's Locke. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked by Logan Wilson. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching the bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams.
Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. We're scoreless after one. 5 yards from the end zone, 1st and goal. Here's Stroud. They'll roll him out right. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Tony Gonzalez, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Browns post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he is not going to make it. They stop him up short, and this will remain a 6-0 ball game. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And this is going to be covered up by Washington. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That's caught by Jennings. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Well, Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. On second down, Cook. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Lock going to throw. Flushed out right. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end. Complete. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
They got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. 3rd down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out, but his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you in just a couple of minutes we'll get you to Orlando and our good friend Jonathan Coachman. Coach will run through some of the numbers and the next-gen stats from this first half of football so far. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Safety Brian Dawkins earns the tackle for loss.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Here's Locke to throw. Out to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Running left, it's Henry. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. They look to throw. It's Locke. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Out is Carlson now for the Raider field goal. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. The kick by Carlson is good, and they are on the board, trailing now at 6-3. Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing into break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board, give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. Out of the end zone comes Smith. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half. My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Flush to his right. That's complete to Bo Jackson. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Stroud off the play fake. It's Jackson again on the reception. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
And it's a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often.
And it's 4th down.
And I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. In the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
They'll try and run for it. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th on their own side of the field. Close to the 50, but their own side of the field. They only needed a couple of inches, and they were able to get it done.
And it doesn't matter whether you're a zone blocking team, a man blocking team, gap blocking, whatever you want to call it. When it's in this situation, it's really man-on-man, isn't it? Who's going to win the battle? And right there we saw it. At the point of attack, find enough yardage to pick up a first down. Give them credit for that one.
And it Unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Stroud now on 1st and 10. Steps away to his left. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports from the 6. And he returns this to the 22. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he's got room. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
That's an excellent run right there on 2nd and long. Didn't get back all of it, but a huge chunk. Now they're in 3rd and manageable and back on schedule and trying to pick up a first down.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. They hand this one to Gronk, and he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
A first down carry for Henry. And he's got some space. Derrick Henry all alone. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. 68 yards rushing for him now in his first 2 carries of the ballgame. Well, they know they've got a good starter. Now the guy coming in to spell him shows he can run it pretty good as well.
And I think he appreciates the starter, wearing people down, tiring them out a little bit. He took full advantage, didn't he? Came in with fresh legs and carried the ball.
To throw it is Locke. They'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
They'll run for it with Cook. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Locke now on 3rd and goal. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
Now to try the field goal, here's Daniel Carlson. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. Carlson able to put this one through, and that will tie things up at 6-6. So they come away from this opening drive in the third quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, that has to be job one, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And their 3-point halftime lead gone now, back to a tie game. But, Charles, I don't imagine that changes too much for this offense.
I would agree. I don't think it changes much at all, whether it's a 3-point lead or a tie game. They know they have their work cut out for them, and they were going to run their offense in the same vein.
Second down, another carry for Jackson. And he'll get this past the 20 as he gets about 4.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Stroud on third down now. Eluding the pressure right. Ball hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Washington defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Hey, check that. Street. Kill. Turn up. 1918. Hey, switch gears. Check 3.
Fourth down, Stroud going to try to throw for it. Escaping the pressure right. He finds his man, complete. It's Gonzalez. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
And we're back now here in Cleveland. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. First and 10, it's Stroud. Flushed out right. That's complete to Christian Okoye. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That's good for 28 yards. In Washington territory now. Here's first and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. They'll try the right side here with Bo. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. They'll run again with Jackson. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. Up the middle they go with a big back Jackson. And the Browns are going to have first and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. Now a handoff inside. It's Jackson. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. A give to the fullback on the dive. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
All right, let's put the check mark on the defensive side of the ledger there. Really nice tackle by the man in the middle. But why was he able to get that done? Because he has 4 down linemen in front of him, 2 tackles, 2 ends. And what they often try to do is create what we call a funnel. Right to the man in the middle linebacker, who often leads his team in tackles.
Flush to his right. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, that's where this Cleveland crowd, the dog pound in particular, make it difficult on opposing offenses. It looked like they might have had troubles communicating at the line, and it leads to the incompletion.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Locke. Being chased out left. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Here's Locke. That's complete. It's Cook. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Locke. Looking downfield for Jones. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And he will be taken down, and that means we are headed to overtime. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick 6 or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So the first chance of this overtime will go to Washington as we are back underway.
And a short kick taken at about the 16. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds. That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. First throw of overtime for Locke. Got a man. It's Harold Carmichael.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. What they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmys and the Joes.
Safety Ronnie Lott diagnosed that perfectly.
They had 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3 and now a much tougher third down looming.
I think it might be time to move to a different section of the playbook there because back-to-back runs, both for loss. Now they have 3rd and long coming up.
Back-to-back running plays, putting them in negative territory. What can they do coming up on 3rd and 15?
Locke to throw.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down. And before this 4th and 3 play, we're going to get whistles and a timeout. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. Locke to throw for it on 4th. That's to his running back, complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Locke now to throw. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And it's up and good to extend the lead to 13-6. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Out of the end zone comes Smith. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Here's Stroud.
Eluding the pressure right. Here's Higgins out on the right side.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Escaping the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
Stroud. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down.
Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime.
Stroud to throw it.
Sliding out of the pocket.
Open man, it's complete to Higgins. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 29-yard line. Now Stroud.
Flushed out right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
On second down, it's Stroud. Flush to his right. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
This is Smith with a grab. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. In motion, the tight end.
70 Ranger.
Stroud now on second down. Oh, it's intercepted. That'll seal it. And the Commanders are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. But Charles, a heartbreaking way to lose this game. They got into position for that final play, had a decent look toward the end zone, but ultimately picked off, and that's your ball game.
Yeah, they gave themselves a great opportunity, didn't they? They'll replay that snap over and over. But sometimes you just have to give credit to the other side. Defense stood up in the final moment and came through with the interception.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long from Cleveland.
Charles Davis, as always. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long.
The 20 to the 21-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Washington defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. Of the football.
Wow, just one snap in, partner, and the complexion of this game has already changed because for the defensive side, they just
And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, partner, not exactly the way they drew up the start of this one, but a chance to redeem themselves and hit the reset button here on their second possession.
And I do like that word that you just used, reset, right? In a lot of ways, it's just shaking off what happened before, starting fresh, almost like it's your first drive all over again. Go out and put your best foot forward.
Following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation.
what an advantage having a lead guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does it take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but
action, Newton. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Max Crosby drops it for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down. And, of course, that's not an easy man to sack. You know how elusive he can be trying to get outside of the pocket. That was a great play on the defensive side.
And I wonder what was going through his mind, because he didn't seem as committed to using his legs to pick up yardage. He wanted to keep that play alive, so either take off and go or throw it away. But he held on to the football and ended up getting sacked.
A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. This could end up being a pretty big drive. I mean, look, yes, it's early in this game, but they scored the touchdown. They got the stop. And now if they could get in the end zone here again, CD, they could grab an early stranglehold on this one.
Yeah, they certainly can, and that's what you're looking for. Where's the advantage? Can you...
Now the ball comes loose. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. Room here to run. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Giants touchdown. And maybe that's the perils of being a rookie running back in the NFL. I mean, look, it's not easy to hold on to the ball at any level with these talented guys. But in this league, you can learn a lesson early.
Without a doubt, and what a tough reminder for any running back, especially a rookie. The things you got away with in college probably won't work so well in the NFL.
Following the fumble recovery, Newton. He'll buy some time right. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Well, they had the big play on the fumble return. They were looking for the 1-2 punch, but they couldn't get that two-point conversion.
And I have to wonder, were they scheduled to go ahead and kick the extra point, but after a play like that, you talk about the 1-2 punch, right? It's a momentum play. Go for two and really try to capitalize, and that's what they attempted.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Still going past the 30. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Washington.
And as we've talked to special teams coaches, that theme of being aggressive continues to come through, doesn't it? When they moved the kickoff back to the 35, it was going to cut down on the number of opportunities. But if you've got a special guy, you can get green light no matter where he fields in the end zone. And this it paid off.
If you feel that deep in the range of emotions, maybe like, oh, no, don't. And then all of a sudden you see him break it, you're like, yeah, way to go.
Yeah, sometimes you remind your head coach that he improved the green light from bringing it out in the end zone. And that's exactly why they did.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Giants answer it past the line. Right, beginning their next drive. Still the Homers first half with this offensive struggle. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. And that might be the turnover, but it's incomplete. Finish it, retains his possession there. It's second down. Throwing is Newton. Eluding the pressure. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. They'll go to Barkley again. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 10 yards, good for a Giant first down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for. A really good change of pace back.
They run again on first down. Cook. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Now Cook running right. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice, dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Newton now to throw. Oh,
The ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late, and that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
And the slot man goes in motion left. On fourth down, Newton. Flushed out right. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a third time. Picked off by two-time All-Pro Rodney Harrison. And the Commanders are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. I know it appeared he was saying, hey, give me the football, I'm open, but I don't know if that's a pass that he should have thrown there.
Well, I don't think we've ever met a wide receiver that doesn't think he is open or is about to be open. True. So when you throw your hand up in the air and tell your quarterback, hey, I'm available, he's trusting that you are. In this case, he was not, and it turned into disaster for them.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
We have played 3 quarters. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Now a throw here to his running back. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. And the ball on the 30, here's 2nd and 4. Block off of play action. On the move to his left. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback, he's not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Here's Locke to throw. Open man, Lamb. It's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 15-yard line. Into the red zone, it's Locke. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
8 yards to go on 2nd down. Back to the ground, Cook. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Locke going to throw. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Drew Locke, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Commanders have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead.
And that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock and I'm thinking, there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced a 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded just outside the goal line.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just 70 seconds left to go in the game. Again, it's Barkley to about the 33-yard line.
Short gain, last two plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely. This defense, they're saying go right ahead with those. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Newton. That is caught downfield. It's Waller. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's Newton. Flush to his right. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Cam to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays. Throwing is Newton. And the pressure gets to him again. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. What a game we were treated to in this one. And on that final play, they had a chance. They had the ball just beyond midfield for one final shot, but couldn't get it done, and they suffered the loss.
Yeah, and you mentioned how they had a chance on that final play, and getting into midfield gave them that opportunity, hoping they could find their way to the end zone and make that miracle happen. A really good ending to an entertaining contest, though.
Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Join the discussion on Twitter at EA Sports_MUT. The Commanders pick up the victory as we say so long from our nation's capital.
Count on the rings, my team is the truth, but they some liars to you. And they never sing, but they always shoot. And all of their diamonds are new. And that's why I'm here with villain, cause I really get it. And I need all my honeys in blue. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got
Not a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The ball on the tee. We're set for football. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Jackson looking to throw right away. Eluding the pressure right. And his first pass is incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. First carry for the Hall of Famer. It's the boss, Jerome Bettis. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. They go play action with Jackson. He's going to float this one deep right side. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Night Train Lane. They juked him. And some space here. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Throwing now is Locke. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. That's brought in by Greg Jennings. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long. Out is Carlson now for the Raider field goal. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. The kick by Carlson is good, and it's 3-0 Washington. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And the first time out, they had the interception. That stopped their drive 3 points the other way, so now they work from behind.
They do. But he's got to walk out on the field like he's working from ahead. All right, he's got to walk out like, hey, I just threw a touchdown pass, because all eyes on his team
are on him. They gain their confidence from the way he reacts, his demeanor, and how he plays. He's got to show that he has confidence in himself.
A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. Here's Jackson. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now Jackson. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Max Crosby, now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
A run right side, it's Bettis. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down. On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. Back deep, CeeDee Lamb. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Credit the sack there to Chandler Jones.
Now that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
And now the throw here is incomplete. And with that, we come to the end of the first quarter of play. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. They'll look to throw. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Devin McCourty picks it off. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown. Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets them on the board first, CD. It's the defense coming through right there with a pick 6.
And I know from experience throughout the week, when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. You're letting them know, hey, don't worry about scoring this week. We'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick 6s and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We scored. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
Boswell good with the extra point. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And able to get this out to the 25. They're set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a first down yet.
Some means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense, just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
Now on 2nd and 13. Lock. Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field that took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
On 3rd and long, it's Lock. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by the great one, Darrelle Revis. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown. But Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And he gets in. And no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And what a return. Great field position all the way out to the 48 there.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. One first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Henry is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage. They'll tackle him at the 3. Lock now on 3rd and goal. Well, it's a shuffle pass, and it's complete. Touchdown! James Cook from 3 yards out. And the Commanders are back within a score. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And this is back to a 5-point game. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. That's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. Give him 15 yards on that one, and New England has a first down.
Well, normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Again, they'll run with Bettis. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. This is Bettis on the draw. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. He gets it complete to Anquan Bolden. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. The man in motion left here, Johnson. Now Jackson on first down. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. After the sack on first down, Jackson under pressure. They got him again. John Randall, he's the one that drops him this go-around. And that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Now the Commanders going to burn the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. Here's 2nd and 8. And that is incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
They'll throw now on the final play. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. Pulls it in at the 13. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half? And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And the Patriots are going to take possession of the football. That one is going to sting. First play of the 3rd quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this 3rd quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Here's Jackson to throw. Flushed out right. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for it first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Toward the back corner of the
end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on third down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. Boswell's kick is good, and that'll push the lead up to 8. So the interception set him up a terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Now this offense trying to change the script here a little bit, CD. Trailing on the scoreboard, and the last time out on the very first play of the drive, they threw that interception.
And you definitely saw his coaches, teammates come over to him on the sideline, trying to help him shake it off, because in this game, his team is down right now. So it's important to make sure you get some confidence back for both the quarterback and the entire offense. Otherwise, those mistakes could continue to pile up. Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. And the defense coming through on third down. A loss of 7 to bring up fourth. Washington going to send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Pressure comes, but it doesn't prevent him from getting off a good one here. Johnson to return it. So the punt goes for 56 with a decent return of 13. And the Patriots take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They'll run with a Hall of Famer, Bettis. And he'll get about 3 out of that up to the 39-yard line. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And he will have a Patriots first down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches.
There's a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on 3rd down. That pickup there was big because they'd struggled throughout this one.
Up the middle they run with Bettis. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sends his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
Now a give up the middle to Bettis. And some room to work. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 50 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. A run. This is Bettis. He'll take this to the 46. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw complete there to Johnson. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 35. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Bettis. And And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Jackson now. Flush to his right. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by the Hall of Famer, Night Train Lane. And the Commanders are right back in this football game. He got out of the pocket there, was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling, his receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
A run there with Cook not going to be successful as he'll lose a couple of yards on first down. Here we go on 2nd and 12.
Feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Now Locke, gotta have this one. And this is caught, Jennings. And this is going to wind up working out just fine as he'll have a Washington first down. And an exhale there as they convert on 4th. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Ooh, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
And this one too low.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Throw left side complete. That's Cook. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. Now Locke. On a huge mistake late, it's intercepted. Picked up by the great one, Darrelle Revis. And the Pats have just about sewn up this football game. The 4th down, they felt compelled to go for it, and he throws the INT.
Yeah, he knows that you can't take a sack there, so he had to try and force one in. Now, this might not be a throw he makes it for in the 2nd quarter, but he had to take the chance there, and this one wound up being intercepted.
Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. A carry now for Bettis. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So here we go. On now is the kicker, Chris Boswell. This to perhaps salt this one away. Boswell's kick is good. Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still very rarefied air. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself, there's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept the leg and boom, over the crossbar.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game. In this sequence here, maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
Lock. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Trying to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. He will push his way down to about the 14. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Just about time to rock as toe gets ready to meet leather. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team. Taking it about the 1. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Washington defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Jackson, first play, going to throw. Forced out to his left. He's got this downfield to McBride. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Jackson. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. John Randall coming right up the gut, gets in there for a loss of 9. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson, and pressure coming, and they got him once again. Max Crosby in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. Boy, a tough spot here as they approach the line of scrimmage. A long way to go to try to pick up this first down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And oh, he coughed it up. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Let's face it, everybody at the start of a game has a mental image of how they expect it to go, and I think that was going exactly as they scripted it offensively. Moving the ball well, seemingly in control, and that fumble, that's got to be a little bit deflating, don't you think?
Yeah, foiled the whole plan there, turned the ball over. Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
And he'll get 3 down at the 34-yard line. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it. How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that first down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set. Charles, their first drive of the game, and already they're taking chances here, but they get the 4th down conversion. I'm curious, do you think that that's something they game plan for on the opening drive if it came up, or is that something that happened organically?
I think that they game plan for it, Brandon, and when you think about it, let's just say it. The word analytics is a big part of how everyone looks at a game nowadays, but it's not just the analytics. It's a coach willing to be daring, willing to be bold, and they certainly were there.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Tim Tebow. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Commanders take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And the kick is good, and the Commanders out to a 7-0 lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. And a short pickup to about the 25. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. To throw is Jackson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Throwing is Jackson. They'll roll him out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Max Crosby. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. And these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down. And what will be a big play there on 4th and long.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
1st and 10, it's Patterson. And taken down just shy of the 40.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From the 39, Jackson. And he lost the football.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Can we get some forensics done here? Because I need to figure out...
What, on that ball?
Yeah, on the ball, on the guys carrying the ball, what's going on? Back-to-back drives, back-to-back fumbles. That just doesn't make a whole lot of sense if you're coming out here to play in the NFL.
I don't think the coaching staff thinks it makes a whole lot of sense either.
No, maybe there'll be changes, but if nothing else, there will be a few stern talking tos, that's for sure.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Getting the ball is Cook running left. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. The 2nd down play not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt, and that will extend their lead even further. So able to add on to their first half lead here, Charles, forcing the miscue with a fumble and then turning that into 3 points.
Yeah, and more than happy to accept any mistakes the other side is willing to make. No problem. You turn it over, we'll take that, and we'll use it to expand our lead.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. Right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson. They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Picked up by 2-time All-Pro Rodney Harrison. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. The struggles continue here offensively. Still nothing for them on the scoreboard, and now an interception.
Yeah, the offense looks extremely sluggish, not really in sync at all. Dare I say, it looks like it got left behind in customs.
Oh, you've had that in your back pocket. And Henry's hit. He lost the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And they had just picked it off to get the football. They fumble it right back. I looked over to both sidelines. A lot of scrambling to find the helmets.
Yeah, you can almost, you know both sides are screaming sudden change. Because when sudden change happens, that's a defensive call to get back out on the field. There's been a fumble, so an interception, some type of a turnover. You've got to get back out there and play. These guys just want to get to the bench and gather themselves and regroup a little bit. Let's see if these offenses can settle in and start taking care of the ball a little bit better.
A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. Now it's Jackson. Throw left side, hauled in by McBride. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. So not quite a first down just yet.
Downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches.
On 3rd down, it's Debo.
And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Jackson. This will be caught at Samuel. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, congratulations to them. They come through defensively with another stop. And let's face it, this secondary, they've gone unchallenged so far in the first half.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson, and he'll complete this one to Patterson.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half.
This one fielded at the 5.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they'll have good field position here as he's out of bounds up at about the 34-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Steps away to his left. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Seahawks have picked it up.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
We know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down.
He'll fire deep downfield from Lamb.
That's caught inside the 20.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
But they didn't ease into that drive right out of the turnover. They go for the big shot downfield and hit it. A lot of teams have that opportunity, but not every coach is going to greenlight that type of a play call. I love their aggressiveness.
1st down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll be out of bounds. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal.
Well, think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person is on his heels and absorbing blows is having a tough time. And that's what's happening to the defense right now, because the offense is on his toes and punching. And there was another 1st down run right there.
They hand this one to Gronk.
How about that touchdown, partner? If you blinked, you probably missed it. I looked away for just a second, and they were in the end zone.
On for the PAT. He's got it, and it's 17-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And it'll be a third and about 13. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Being chased out left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jackson. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break, contain, and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
All the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Max Crosby, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really, really turning in an incredible performance. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson buying time to his left. And he's going to go down again. John Randall picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner, and I don't think with 3 scores down in the 3rd quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the way.
No, especially the way their offense is sputtering. I think you're exactly right. They got to find some answers quickly. 4th down, here's Jackson. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And, boy, that means this next drive is going to start at the 3-yard line. And a failure on 4th down on the other side leads immediately to a 1st and goal. He'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Partner, this is almost an unwinnable spot for a defense. They have to come right out for a 1st and goal, trying to stop them. But let me hold on a second. Let me take that back real quick. They can win here if they force a field.
And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. James Cook taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Commanders are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And he'll be out of bounds well short of the goal line, so the attempt at the fake extra point unsuccessful. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
Exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
The offense on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Patterson. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts.
It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And this will go out of bounds, so they will lose yards on the play. And on fourth down, of course, it'll be a turnover on downs. Now a play fake here on first down. Sliding out of the pocket. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
Fast, slow, it doesn't matter. If you give a quarterback enough room to escape, he can hit you for a big gain. You've got to give him a little more focus moving forward.
They go play action here on first down. Rolling to his left. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Tim Tebow with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Commanders have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the fourth. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Cordero Patterson to return it, bringing it out of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. John Randall, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Jackson now to throw on 3rd down. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this one is incomplete. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. Boy, going for it at this stage in the second half, back in the shadow of your own goalpost. Explanation, please, Mr. Davis.
I'm not sure I'm going to give you a great one, but here's a thought that I had. I wonder if maybe instead of going for it with
with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25.
On play action, it's Rodgers. Rolling to his right.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
On third down, Henry.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45.
A first down carry for Henry
To about the 48-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll run it again with Henry. They find some open field here. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
43 yards rushing for him already. A terrific opening drive on the ground, and it's a first down.
A shotgun handoff to Henry. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard. On second down, here's Henry.
And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Running from the gun with Henry. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Derrick Henry taking it in from a yard out.
And the Saints put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Joseph connects on the extra point.
And it's now a 7-0 game.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. This is taken just shy of the 10.
And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. Play-action fake. They'll look to throw.
Swinging this out wide.
And right away, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free. But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover.
Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by 2-time All-Pro Rodney Harrison. And the Commanders are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Charles, one thing that he referenced to us yesterday was his confidence fitting the ball into any window, but obviously that window was a little too tight, and it was closing in a hurry.
And he was talking to us about having anticipation in making those types of throws. Down near the goal line, I don't think you can anticipate it as much as you need to see it open. You've got to be precise with your throws down here in the red zone. That one goes into double coverage, and he gets picked off. That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. One side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
79 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. Henry again on 2nd down. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. Again, it's Henry. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. And the busy night for Henry continues. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. They'll run for it with Henry. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Derrick Henry with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Saints' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
Taken from about the 12. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
And the Saints are going to have a 1st and goal. It's some good running there. Gets him down to about the 2-yard line. Knock it on the door.
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Derrick Henry on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Saints are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Dennis Allen going to go for 2 here. He's leaving his offense out on the field.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Night Train Lane.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Pulls it in at the 13. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
2nd and 4. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. It's brought in by Greg Jennings.
And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And that ball incomplete. He couldn't work free from his defender, and now it's 3rd down.
He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And this is going to be intercepted.
And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. This is taken just shy of the 10. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they? And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
And the Saints are going to take over at their own 41. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Inside handoff, Henry. 115 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Henry up the middle. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. Now a handoff to Henry. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And a good-looking run there. It's going to take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. 11 more on that one, and another first down. A give to Henry. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 11 yards there, just like last play. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the third quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances. So they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
He gets this down to the 3. Brought the power run out of the bag, but couldn't do a ton with it. A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Derrick Henry, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Saints are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Flushed out right. That's caught. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Taken from about the 12. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Game when he threw his 2nd interception, I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Derrick Henry. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. But Charles, in this win, they've really just had one speed, and that's been all out. They're still driving the ball downfield despite the circumstances and the big lead, and they just continue to find ways to get into the end zone with ease.
They're certainly in that zone where almost everything they try is successful and often leads to points. Teams don't get those types of games very often, so what they do, many of them just want to take advantage of it to the last second.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Taken from about the 12. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He'll fire deep downfield from Lamb. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Looking deep for Jennings. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Saints will take over here at their own 12-yard line. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard. But they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. So we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. This is Henry. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Now a first carry here for Robinson. And this will wind up a Saints first down as he'll take this up to the 38-yard line.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to Robinson now on 1st down. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. Time of possession, exactly what they were looking for.
It ends with our 2 quarterbacks, certainly 2 of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. That'll be complete to Cook. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
A lot of times the key is just get him the ball, let him do his thing, and they got it out to him on the left side, and he did exactly that. Excellent run after the catch.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now a first carry for the brother of Dalvin. It's James Cook. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. On play action, they'll throw. And a diving effort, but only right at the line of scrimmage. A gain there of 21 yards. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That's to Cook out of the backfield. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. 2nd and 1. And that is incomplete. Force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They hand this one to Gronk. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. 2nd and 5 from the 8. Back to throw. He'll buy some time right. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Tim Tebow, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Commanders will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Start on the ground here on 1st down. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the 1st down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A play fake, now Cunningham. Going up top. That's caught inside the 20. And they're into the end zone, but it's not verified yet. Hold on, there is a flag down. Ouch, could have been a game-tying touchdown. They'll have to hold on that at least for now.
Ouch in a big way, like ripping the Band-Aid off there. Can they let the sting subside and come back and get it done?
Off play action, it's Cunningham. He's going to go up top again. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. They set themselves behind the chains, trying to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Over the middle, complete. It's Jennings. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on 3rd. They'll drop to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Cook. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He'll look to throw. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. They'll look to throw again. And this is Cook with a grab. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw here. They'll roll him out right. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Falcons are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. And the defense, Charles, they bit a little bit, but they did not break. And then on 3rd and goal there, the huge interception.
Think of the momentum they're carrying with them right now, Brandon, because in their mind, whether they want to admit it or not, they were conceding 3 points. Their goal was to keep them at the end zone, not give up a touchdown. Instead, they give up nothing. What a big-time play and a big-time stop by them.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. On 1st and 10, Cunningham. Flush to his right. Max Crosby in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. 45 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times.
Okay, every now and then my defensive bias will leak out here. Abysmal play for them. You've got them backed up, and you let them out.
Couldn't take advantage. And you know who's happy? The punter. Because if he was needed, they gave him a lot of space to work with now.
Yeah, because he would have had a lot to think about, right? Don't step in.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Sean Randall breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. To throw on 2nd down, Cunningham. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Hall of Famer, Night Train Lane. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
15 yards the pickup. First down, Washington.
They had 3 tight ends in on that set, and they were really good at blocking for their running back.
And give them a lot of credit because in football nowadays, tight ends coming out of college often don't block very often. These guys have really developed into superior blockers, and that's why they use them in this formation so often.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down. You don't see that a ton, do you? A cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by Carlson is good. And that will do it for this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. It'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. Fields it right around the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. As they begin their second half here, Charles, offensively, not where they want to be, obviously. They're losing in this ball game, but very much within striking distance. We'll see what adjustments they make in the second half.
Is that the old glass half full, half empty type of a deal? Which way do you want to look at it? Because you're right, they're down on the scoreboard, but they're definitely opportunities now, because if they want to go ahead and get going in this one, get back to the running game. I think there are going to be some places to go with it, and I think the offensive line will appreciate the chance to fire out and hit people.
That's a good point because they virtually had nothing going in the ground game in that first half. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons. Now a handoff running through the middle. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. In the third quarter here in D.C., a 2nd and 10 upcoming. Now Cunningham sliding out of the pocket. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
And that has to be a little bit discouraging because after all their halftime talk, adjustments and points of emphasis, their first drive ends with an interception. Absolutely aggravating if you're a head coach because you spent all that time, gone through every situation possible, and it still ends in a turnover.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. And he'll get a couple up to the 29.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense.
It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Five men in the secondary now for the Falcons on third down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Deion Sanders. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown.
Well, here in this third quarter, the whole complexion of the ball game flips on a dime there, CD. This is back to a one-score game.
And sometimes when your offense is sputtering, you as a defensive unit have to take it upon yourselves to say, we've got to go out there, maybe take a few chances along the way, and see if we can generate some points ourselves. And lo and behold, they were able to deliver.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football, and he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked off by a former Washington safety, Sean Taylor. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. This defense figured out something in the locker room. That's 2 third-quarter picks now.
And you just wonder, did he get too comfortable in the locker room himself? His team has the lead. Take care of the football. He's putting them in jeopardy right now.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
On second down, here's Cunningham. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. Touchdown, Falcons! Isaiah Pacheco, 30 yards. And the Falcons have scored again in this third quarter, this time to move out in front.
Well, Charles, I think you and I both agree these guys were outplayed in that first half, and the scoreboard reflected that, but they've come out since halftime. They've looked like a different team.
And it makes you wonder what was said and done in that locker room, because they've made some nice adjustments and they're executing better. I think they got some fiery guys on that sideline that had a few things to say at the half, and now they've come out with a vengeance.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
From the 6. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. This offense returning out there, and really, you remember the last drive, Charles.
But they've got to be efficient as well.
Especially the quarterback.
And you need a big play? Go to your big play guy.
Listen, that's football 101. When you have to have it, you expect that guy to step up. A lot of people call these receivers divas. Sometimes just leadership when they get in the huddle and say, get me the ball. I'm about to make a big play.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And it's a fumble. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, the tide definitely seems to be turning in this third quarter as this defense is able to knock the ball free and recover.
And let's look at it this way. Their offense is right back out there who just got them the lead a few minutes ago. This has the potential to be a big swing in this game.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They really struggled in the first half, but they've made some adjustments looking better in the second half. But sometimes do we overanalyze? Is it always adjustments, or sometimes is it guys just sticking better to the game plan?
I think the latter, and I love how you brought that up because we always want to credit, oh, they adjusted here and they made this change there. Sometimes it's just executing what they worked on in practice all week much better. In this case, I think it's a combination. They found a different part of their playbook, and it's working really well for them.
Working extremely well at this point.
2nd and 5.
Here's Cunningham. Rolling to his right. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Completing it to the right side, Johnson. That's a gain of 4 here in the 4th quarter, with them leading by 4 on the scoreboard. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 63 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7 reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. Touchdown, Falcons.
Priest Holmes.
48 yards.
And the Falcons get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Tucker with the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
CeeDee Lamb to return it from his end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Last time out, remember, they fumbled the football. That led to the touchdown. And, Charles, they were in the red zone, so that's a backbreaker. They got to try to pick up the pieces here on this drive.
Yeah, and I actually started to do the math here, so be patient with me. 12-point swing is the way I calculate it because not only did they drop the ball in the red zone, they watched the opponent score a touchdown right after that. So their goal, have a drive here and try and get some of those points back.
And he slings one that's incomplete.
Now the focus is really clear. They need to get that first down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
And what is going on here? I've got 3rd down. Screen shows 3rd down, but they've got the punt team out there. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
I absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. Just a little too lackadaisical, Charles, and they didn't get up and snap the ball in time. Delay of game.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if he understood where the clock was located. In different stadiums, it's in different places. You have to check that in pregame and make sure you're aware so you don't run into penalties like these.
Following the penalty, they'll go back to the run game. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. It's a gain of 15, and that ought to just about put an end to this one. That one looks like he'll throw here. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. Well, remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take-that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
Now he'll let it go deep right side. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Commanders come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over.